And it's brilliant to see Andy Hicks up there challenging, and we'll see, hopefully, him on the main table. But
well, who we are seeing now is Matt Selt, victorious against Judd Trump 6-3. Mate, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel really good. Towards the end now, I didn't really know where I was. I was a little bit dizzy, a little bit confused. You know, massive win for me to get over the line in such a big event, big arena, and you know, I'm just delighted to still be in.
Mate, when you first walked out there, how were you feeling? Obviously it's a partisan crowd when you're playing against somebody like Judd Trump. How did you cope with that?
Absolutely fine. No, I felt fine. I wasn't nervous at all. Got a bit edgy towards the end, missed a couple of balls, but you know, from the first shot, actually, first visit I had in the first frame, you know, I should have made more. I didn't really settle down. He cleared up. I thought, this is, you know, it's going to be the same old story, but I managed to claw my way into it, and to be totally honest, I did feel really good. And obviously the more balls you pop, the better you become, and I felt really comfortable towards the end. But that's probably the quickest break I've ever made in the last frame, because I just wanted to get it over with. Explain
to us, Matt, if you can. Obviously, I mean, look, you're a tournament winner, you're a proper snooker player, but it's not easy out there, because you don't get to play in that environment like every Sunday or every Tuesday night, or you go through a bit of emotion out there, don't you? Highs and lows. I mean, you know, that's Judd's table. It's the only table he plays on. Right. So, you know, I have to adapt quicker than him. And I didn't. So, you know, the result is massive. But what stood me in good stead was I played Judd at Milton Keynes 2 weeks ago. That was the last match I played before coming here. You know, it's the lighting more than anything that I struggle with. And the two tables at the back, the setup here this year has been absolutely sensational from World Snooker. They've done a great job out the back, and the lighting was very much like out the front, which is what I struggle with. So, you know, I had 2 matches out the back, and I coped with it really well. I saw the things. Just before, sorry, Matt, yeah, just before you came in, I say you're an outgoing guy, you know, your life and soul of the players' room, all that sort of stuff, but there are insecurities out there for everyone, isn't it? Sometimes, you know, and that's part of what you have to adapt to. I'm the kind of person where the insecurities are probably in a match that I think I should win. You know as well as I do, being an underdog is sometimes a great position to be in. So I think that helped me in that particular game. There's certain people I don't play well against. Judd isn't one of them. I always put in a good performance. So although he started massive, heavy favourite, rightly so, you know I can compete with him. So, you know, and obviously to win's huge. You
spoke about adaptation. What happened in the mid-session interval? What did Chris Henry say to you? Because
absolutely
for me,
nothing.
You're joking.
I told him I'm okay, leave me alone.
Interesting.
I was absolutely fine. So, you know, Chris is a massive help to me, having me in my corner, huge help. You know, but sometimes you come off the table, and if you feel good, you just want to not say anything. So, you know, I knew what frame of mind I was in. So, yeah, having Chris's company, he doesn't have to say anything. Just him being there is a big help.
So in which case, what's changed for you in this tournament? Because this season you haven't gone past the last 128, and here you are, the last 16 in a Triple Crown event, dominating.
I'll tell you what's happened. I didn't play a top 4 player in the world first match. You know, I lost to Trump in the last one, Hawkins in the one before, I've drawn Selby in another. The first couple of round-robin tournaments I did OK in. Lost to one Chinese lad. And, you know, pretty cold coming into it, but then again, fresh as well.
You're one of the nicest lads in the tour. You play another one, but you play the Hawk next. I don't know, did you know that? Did you look at
I played Alan or Gilbert.
No, you play Barry Hawkins now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh, we just might as well be practice partners.
Well, how do you set yourself up for that? Because you said about Trump, you'll be a massive underdog going into it. Where would you place yourself against him?
You know, just take a look at the rankings. You know, I'll start second favourite in that match on paper. In my head, you know, I played him at the Crucible. He gave me a good spanking, but you know, I've beaten Barry before. This calendar year, I beat him. He's a great player. The top 16 players, they always play a similar standard. You've got the elite that play a lot better, more consistently. But you know, if I play okay, it'll be a good game.
I was mentioning today at the start of the match, Matthew, and you'll know all about this. At some kind of tipping point in the game, in view of the lower ranked players getting better and being more capable of beating the top guys. There's academies up and down the land now, isn't there? So everyone seems to be improving, and the fear factor, there isn't really a fear factor, because you don't practice all week to go out there and lose. Exactly. But it feels to me that everyone's getting a little closer. The fear factor for the lower ranked players, including myself, is just being able to overcome the situation. It's not about being better than the other player. You know, Trump, Ronnie Selby, they're obviously playing at a better standard. They're just better more consistently. But you know, we can all play down there, and it's tough to come through.
Matt, just finally, what's the general feeling amongst the rest of the players, having seen now 7 of the top 10 out of this tournament, 9 of the top 16? Are players now thinking, I fancy my chances, whereas before they'd know you're going to have a tough route to get to the semis, the final.
I mean, I don't personally. I can't speak for everybody else because I don't really speak to that many people whilst I'm at a tournament. So you'd have to ask them. For me, it's just each game as it comes. It really is. Maybe it's the times where you get carried away and you do look forward is when you falter and you stumble. So for me, like I say, I honestly thought I was playing Mark Allen or Dave Gilbert next match, and you're telling me I'm playing Hawkins. So is it a good chance to win the UK? We're absolutely miles away to have any kind of thought of that.
Well, if you produce another performance like that, mate, you're absolutely in there with everyone. So thank you so much for your time, mate, and all the very best of luck against the Hawk.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm Ronnie O'Sullivan, and welcome to Eurosport Snooker on YouTube. Click here to subscribe to Eurosport Snooker.